Forward and then back, forward and back.
Good morning, I'm back on the wheel, back on the V13, INMOTION V13 Challenger. I can't get enough, and the weather's about to change in my world. We're about to get some wet weather. So, I might have to put the wheel through the test. We might even get some on today's ride. They're expecting some storms in a few days of, that. So, I guess you've got to get those rides in when you can. Get out on your wheel when you get that time. It's starting to loosen up and starting to feel more in control of the wheel. I'm able to move that weight around. It hasn't taken long. I'm still not a master, but I think I can maneuver a little more in those slow conditions. So we're just heading off into the city. I'm just going to burn some kilometers today and get to feel the wheel. I might try a few of the modes in the app. I've kept myself out of the app because it's a little bit buggy, but I'm going to have a play with the pedal hardness, which I've already done, and also have a look at the brake assist and accelerator assist and try to get to terms with what that's doing. I think I know. I've had a bit of a test, but my legs are a little bit jelly, so I'd like to give it some fresh legs and maybe stick a camera down at my feet. I think it's kind of tilting to help assist you, in a forwards and back motion as you're braking or accelerating, but I'll hopefully give that a bit more of a look today. So thanks for coming along. I know there's a lot of uploads, but there's a lot that I want to find out about the wheel, and I want to try to keep it all as it happens for you all. So yeah, I want to show it real time and show day to day what this wheel's like. If you were out thinking about spending that much on a wheel, see its performance. Yeah, cool. So alright, I'll stop talking for a little bit and we'll just get into the city. Well, I'm having a great day already. I can't help it. I'm just I haven't really got very far at all, actually. Guess I can look down at my wheel and find all that information out. That's a joy. But yeah, I managed to just find a secret little place there where I managed to hit my all-time record, 91.1 kilometers. That's on the app. It's not using a GPS, but that was fun. Actually stable, more than I thought. So I think the things I've figured out in this short time at speeds on a new wheel is just the slightest shift in your weight or movement or panic or balance or shifting your weight up or down at those speeds, it really has a really major effect. So just a slight movement. I think the design of the tilt back that I'm finding on this wheel compared to the V11 seems more aggressive. I could be wrong on all of this, but I'm just giving my initial thoughts. I'm still shifting things around, so things keep changing for me. But I find that the V11 has a more aggressive tilt back, and I really feel it. It was quite a shock the first few times, but you're not at, 90 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers. So when you're going 80 kilometers, if they really had a sudden tilt back like that, it would cause disaster. You would absolutely panic. The movement of the whole inertia changes in your balance, everything shifts and you're going to come off. So I think that this possibly has a slight tilt mechanism, which I agree isn't as noticeable, and then if you don't hear the warning, that could cause some issues, as we saw with another rider in a cutout. But I heard tilt back on my last video. I did a range test of the V13, and when I got down to 14% was the first time I heard a battery warning. And even using this Shoei helmet with a closed visor, I was still able to hear the lady tell me nicely and then I could notice the tilt back. But it isn't very strong. It could possibly have a way to adjust that per rider. I think that would be good, because each rider has their own, you know, their own needs, and as you get used to the tilt back, you can definitely turn that up and it doesn't panic you as much as it did the first time. Yeah, I set the pedal hardness to 100 on this, and I've also just got, I think, yeah, I've got 66%, I went with the number of the devil for some reason, 66% pedal acceleration assist and 66% brake assist, and that's kind of where I'm sitting in the middle. And I've also played with the dampener, so I'll turn the camera off, we'll chat again a bit later, I'll keep rolling, and I might just mention what I've done with the dampener settings. And I also put a bit of chain lube on the rails, so yeah, a few things, but feeling really much better. It's coming alive, so cool. Alright, slow rolling now, so I'll turn the cameras, I'll turn something off. I'll stop talking. Yeah, so with the dampener, I went in there with the two tools and I made sure I put them both on at the same time. I guess it's something I think that's reminding me of when I do the chain tensioning on my motorbike, and you need to move each bolt on each side of the back tyre at the same time to sort of line things up in symmetry. And I think this is similar, or that's the approach I went with. So you line the two orange bolts up. On top there's just two rubber flaps that pull out easily. And then you've got two mechanisms that you can slot these little orange pipes that come with your V13. You just slot them down into those. It's interesting, there's one at the front on one side and one at the back on the other. So you just stick them in, then you line the slot up on top. So I think that's important to make sure at the start that you've got them both facing the same way. It gives you a visual reference for how far you've turned them, and you can keep them both the same that way if they're aimed in the same. So I made sure that both slots were pointed at 12 o'clock mark, and then, you know, like a clock, you just did a full rotation. Before I did that, I made sure that if you put the tool in, and perhaps your EUC's like this, when you get it, it's a little bit loose, you know, feels a little bit loose when you put it in. So both of mine didn't feel the same. One felt a lot looser than the other, so whether it comes like that from the factory, I just made sure they both got to the same point, so I was careful not to over tighten it, thank you Marty. But I just went to the right without much pressure until they both found some resistance, and they sort of found their end point. I thought if I pushed any further they would have threaded or caused issues, so I just went to that point there. Once I'd done that, I started to go back a full circle at a time, keeping both the same. When I was doing that, I was picking the wheel up and bouncing it just to get an idea of the dampening, and it's going to be a bit of trial and error, and I'll keep doing it. But I don't know, you just saw those jumps, it feels okay to me. It feels like a pretty good balance, but I will keep playing with that and I will work it out as best I can and try to keep you posted. Yeah, feeling really good. It's a different wheel than it was the first day or two. I mean, this is, I think, day 3. Yeah, cool. All right, like, I'm gonna keep at it. I'll talk soon. Bye. Oh, little lizard. Jesus, I thought it was a crocodile. This is Brisbane River, Brisbane City over there. Kangaroo Point. beautiful place to come and have a roll. You got to watch your speeds, so it's nice to have the speed limit, you know, displayed really brightly, just straight look down. I remember on the King Song S22 I found the display was beautiful, but I had to look back between my legs to see it, and the V11 hasn't got that readout, so you need to use something like an Apple Watch. But this V13, it just seems to have everything in the right place. I'm dragging a tractor at the speed limit, so I think we're both sort of locked in. Yeah, speed bumps. So it's the smart racer that gets ahead. There's a battle boat out on, I think that's the Russians on the river. Possibly not as well. So what do I think of this wheel in the first 4 days, this first week? Yeah, it's such a good upgrade from the V11, and really what I was after. I wanted that weight. I don't know if I'm the only person that actually wanted the weight in their legs. Needed something to give me some weight down there. I think I've been flicking that V11 around for so long now, and I really enjoyed my little brief experience on the S22, which was my first ever roll on anything bigger. And I didn't get to do that for long, and I don't get to use a lot of wheels, so I guess I was coming into the V13 with a bit of hope. You know, you don't get to test these wheels, you don't get to really, not often, you don't get to roll into your dealers, and you know, demo days are hard when things cost this much, which is understandable. And yeah, you know, so for me, you know, you are going into these wheels with a little bit of a guess, and you can only go off what you see on the hype videos, the promotion, the mock-ups, you know, the whole hype up to when you get your wheel. And then there's always a bit of, oh, there's an issue with one of them, or this happened, or so touch wood for everybody. And I guess, you know, the more bugs that are found, it's the right company that will spend the time addressing them, you know, and they'll get it right and fix things up. So yeah, as I'm getting to grips with it, it's really becoming easier to move, but I'm really enjoying that extra workout for my legs. I'm enjoying feeling more planted on the road, more solid, and you know, straight out of the box, it felt good. They're getting the right pads, which is the key. These flow pads give me everything I need. And you know, I know there's plenty of other pad options, and they're definitely going to help you, because this is a big solid thing, and without those leverage on the side, I wouldn't be able to get it going or sort of hold on. You know, all those angles that I use to hold my wheel are all the pads. You know, you just can't get the same kind of ride without them. Yeah, so consider that if you're getting some bigger wheels, you need a good set of pads. Use my affiliate, that'll help me. There's a plug. There's a Grizzla and a Clark Pad affiliate link in my description, so please use them. It really helps me. This takes a lot of time, and yeah, I paid for everything myself, so it's yeah, it's expensive. Whoa, a little bit wobbly. So I'm going to make my way home. Thanks again for watching another video. I'll try to keep them short, brief and to the point. Today was really just to chat about yeah, hitting a good speed, those hardness settings on the pedal, and yeah, I think I'll try to find a space on the way home to play with the pedal speed assist and braking assist, so that way we can try to figure that out, or perhaps I'll just do it in another video, because I think it needs a bit of time to sit and play with that. But until then, I'll say bye. So cheers to all of you. Good luck if you're getting your wheels soon. I'm sorry that you might still be waiting. I know there's a few, but they're really worth it, worth the wait. Okay, bye.
forward and